Welcome to Frugal It Out. Remember last week how this has been my dream for years, to recreate these schoolhouse desks with the lights and with the chalkboards. Well, last week we got the desk part done, and it wasn't exactly the schoolhouse desk that I was looking for, but it turned out beautiful regardless. This week we are tackling the chalkboard. And as you can see here, it's kind of an original chalkboard where it's a normal frame, thick frame, but then there's this added lip around the edge that sticks out just a little bit further. So I'm gonna see if I can recreate these on my own. I roamed Lowe's for a long time trying to find the cheapest, most lightweight option for the back of a chalkboard, and I settled on this tempered sheet. I think they were a tempered service. I think they were only $5 each, very lightweight, very smooth, don't have to sand them, and I just had them cut this down, so we cut off 8 inches off the top, and that gave me 3 even sheets that are 32 inches by 40 inches. I roamed the store again to find what I wanted to make the actual frame out of, and I chose the cheap pine wood in the 4-foot pre-cut length chunks. And for the main part of the chalkboard frame, I chose wood that was 3.5 inches by 1/4 an inch. And then for the outside lip, that extra added detail, I chose wood that was 1.5 inches by 1/4 an inch. On to cutting our wood for the chalkboard. So I use the chalkboard back as my template to cut my first row of wood. So I just did, to the corner, because since I'm doing that extra lip around, that gives me some wiggle room. And so I just based my cuts off of this. 45-degree angles. It gets a little tricky. I would definitely put your board down and then do a rough line with your pencil so you know that your angle is going the right way. Shockingly, I do not screw up any of my cuts. I'm really surprised about that, actually. So and it's a good thing too, because I didn't buy any extra wood. I don't know why, I should have. Okay, so I'm gonna line this up, and then I am gonna do the outside edge. Okay, since I'm not a professional and not all my cuts were the exact same, I kind of cut it for each one to fit. I am gonna go in and every joint, see, do 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7s, and 8s. So then when I stain everything, I know that there is a way for it to go back together that will fit. I am sanding off all the rough edges. Now for the stain color. I absolutely love the color of this coffee table online and this farmhouse table, so trying to find the perfect combination was harder than I thought. You can see in this picture that they did special walnut first and then weathered oak, and I tried that and it did not look at all like the picture. Here is another slide of some different stain colors, and on the back of my wood, I tried probably over 20 different combinations. Like, even which one you use first makes a huge difference, and so I settled on this combination, and I absolutely love it. I almost gave up. I was just like, I'll just settle, but I kept trying different combinations, and I got it exactly how I wanted it. Hi, okay. I tried to show you how I stained my wood in fast forward, and you didn't get to see any of it. So if you want to go for this kind of stain, let me show you how to on the smaller boards. All right, so let's see. My boards are going to be like, I only need to do 1, 2, 3 sides, all right? So start here, start with classic gray. I had to just run to the store and go get more because I was out of keep in mind, this is how it turns out on pine. Each wood grain's a little bit different. So this is just the cheap pine from Lowe's. What was nice about this, these boards were cut 4-foot boards, so I hope I got too much stain. Maybe cut this a little bit easier. I guess actually I probably could have saved some money had I done the 8-foot boards. But these ones were a little bit nicer, like little straighter edges, that kind of thing. Okay, so basically you just do as much stain with the gray as it will soak in. And then you're gonna come over it with a little dip of special walnut. Fun fact, I just kind of assumed everywhere sold Minwax special gray. Walmart sells Minwax, not special gray. So Home Depot was a little closer to where I was. They don't sell Minwax. So I had a long adventure this afternoon, sadly. Okay, so from the finals white, fingerprints in it. Boom.
Beautiful piece of wood.
On to spray painting the backs of the chalkboards. This is just plain old chalkboard spray paint. I'm sure any brand would do fine. Just do enough layers to cover it completely and wait for it to dry. Priming my chalkboard. I don't know why, but you're supposed to. It just looks better because it kind of, this one's been primed. Pulls out the black. Now that everything's dry, it's time to assemble the chalkboard. It was pretty easy because I had those numbers to know where everything went. I used a nail gun with short nails to nail in the corners. And then actually I use small nails to nail in the backs of the chalkboards because when I used the nail gun, it split the wood. I didn't have short enough nails, so it would go all the way through the wood on the front side and split it. No bueno. Now when I added that extra little trim piece, I also used a nail gun. Now I'm attaching a little metal bracket to the back of the chalkboards to be able to hang them up, the little metal triangle ones that you see on the back of picture frames or mirrors. It's not very heavy, so I'm just doing one right in the middle with little screws. You could do a French cleat if you wanted to. With any project, I made a huge mess, so this is a mini little clean with me videos. I clean up my kitchen and the living room area from making chalkboards. Now that the desks and chalkboards are done, this hall tree just started to look out of place to me. It was too busy on those walls. So here it is with it on the other wall, with a dresser on that wall instead, and finally with nothing. And I decided nothing was the best choice. When we finish this room, we'll probably end up putting something on the wall, like a picture or something to hang. Now onto the opposite wall. I'm gonna spray paint some old windows that I have and fill them with photos. You can see here that I have 4 windows across on that big wall, but it just looks like too much. I didn't realize, especially once I get all the photos in there, in a room with tons of windows, there were just too many. So I started with 4, here's some of those pictures, and then I switched to 3 windows. And then I have this old fireplace mantle that I thought could be cool. But then we decided, and it was actually Briley's idea, to pull the fireplace out of her room and just simplify her room a little bit and add a wonderful little cozy place here for a fireplace and a table and some decorations. This room is almost done. Still need to figure out what to do on this wall. I'm hiding junk in the corner. Maybe a wreath. I got all 6 tables. We got the fireplace. Still deciding on the paint color, but the real question is just how to complete the rest of the room. There's Carissa. So my kids love this beanbag and they do flips and jumps. So actually that goes in the corner and this comes over here. But it's still just not done yet. It's wonderful having this table in here actually for puzzles and games and eating and all that. We use it a lot in their playroom, but it's just not finished. We're almost there.
Each decide on paint.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, that's the next video of this whole series is gonna be a light fixture here and a light fixture here that we are gonna DIY, so stay tuned. The vision has come true. I'm very, very happy with how everything turned out. Can't tell, but I actually painted these lights the same navy color that are the legs of this chair. I put this acrylic, it's just a cheap picture frame acrylic piece on top because since this is raw wood, it soaks in markers and pencils, will not go away. So just put that protective thing there for when the kids, it would be nice to actually get a piece that fits exactly, maybe someday. But I did try to put a polyacrylic stain on just a piece. Oh, you can see here, and it turned the wood just bright orange, dark, ugly. Not that pretty raw wood. And here is a close-up on the stain color. What I loved about that, when you do the gray first, it soaks down into the grain. What was kind of cool about this, it pulls the same navy color as the table. And then the light wood color is the same color as the light part. And I wanted it all to match the driftwood. Natural wood color. Now if you look closely, my cuts are not perfect. Those are all pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, not so much. And I could have gone back and just adjusted my cuts a little bit more, but since I had already stained the wood, I didn't want to have a big rough edge again and stain again, so I didn't care. It's good enough for me. The basket kind of blocks it anyways. Oh, just so you know, man, the place to find baskets, this huge basket, $15 at Big Lots. So if you're on the market for any type of basket, man, that's where you should go. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Frugal It Out. It was so much fun to have this vision just come alive that I've been dreaming about forever. Super frugal way. Basically, all I had to buy, I already had the table, cut it in half. I had to buy some sandpaper for the sander. I had to buy some navy paint for the legs that I used on the light. I got the lights at Menards a couple years ago. They were really inexpensive. I can't remember how much now. And wood for the chalkboards. And that backing, was only $5 for that huge sheet. And then a can of black chalkboard spray paint, 2 cans of stain, special walnut and classic gray. And that's it. And then I did buy these little baskets for the supplies were from Target. So for this whole entire look, I don't know, table, chalkboard, lights, baskets, Cooper. Let me find out how much it is. Wow, how big it is. Oh, wow. Great way to end the video. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of this. Yes. And next time, we will complete this living room.
Still going.